Good morning. My name is Brother Brandon. This is my first time coming to YouTube. I told myself that I'm going to start today. This is something that I always wanted to do. But, when we procrastinate, we put things aside, even though when we know we should be doing it. It's a saying that says, persistent procrastination presents a paralyzing problem. Persistent procrastination presents a paralyzing problem. When you procrastinate, it presents a problem in your life. And sometimes our procrastination affects the lives of others. So I told myself, I'm not doing that no more. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to offer. And if it be the will of God, I said, I'm going to make my word bond to myself today. And I'm here. I'm out here. I'm doing it. And I appreciate whoever hear this message. And my only thing that I expect of you is begin to move out on some of the principles that I lay down today. We must move out on these principles because a lot of times in life, we hear good information, but the good information stays in our mind and we never move out on it. And that affects our lives, man, when we don't move out on what we know we should be moving out on. So that is key, to move out on the information that's going to be given to us today. So what I want to deal with today in this short meeting with you, I want to talk about our boys. Because if you have a husband, a positive, significant other in his life, that's good. But we need help. As the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a boy. Or it takes a boy, we need a village to raise the boy. Something like that, right? But we need that village. So we must surround our boys around other positive men. Like, we must surround them around positive men, because if we're not surrounding them around men, then they will begin developing in their mind what they think a man is. And we know that in their young, impressionable mind, they can believe a man is one who sleeps with a lot of women. A man is one who running the streets, running wild, beating people up, fighting, selling drugs, carrying guns, robbing, killing. This is a mentality or perception that they might develop based off of what they see on TV or what they see in society. If you see something every day when you come out your house, you may begin thinking that that's right. But the whole time it's wrong. But being as though you see it every day, you believe in your mind, this is right. This is what I see every day, so it must be right. So if all I see is a man who sells drugs, disrespects women, hurt people, and then he's validated by what he do, then in my young mind, if I'm a young boy, I can believe this is how a man's supposed to be. This is what men do. So we must counteract the perception that's being presented out there in society. But the only way we can counteract that perception that is being presented out there in society is that we surround our son around other positive men so he can have a choice to choose. Which glass of water do I want to drink from? Do I want to drink from the clean glass or do I want to drink from the dirty glass? Give him an option. Give him two things to choose from. Don't just say, here go this cup of water, drink from that. No, give him another cup of water so he can make a choice. And if he make a wrong choice, then that's on him. And he had to deal with that issue years later. But you'll know that as a parent, you did your job. So we must engage our boys. So I just got a quick exercise for us leaving here today. When you go home and you begin talking to your son, if he's of the proper age, ask him, what is a man? Son, sit down, son. Let me ask you a question, son. In your young mind, what do you think a man is? And hear what he say. What is a man? What do men do? Who do you think in your mind is a man? And what makes him a man? Begin asking him questions. And see what he says, because a lot of times we don't talk to our children about these things. What makes him a man? Do you think the rapper that you're listening to, do you think what he's doing or promoting is right? Because in society, wrong has become right. So we look at wrong as right. And then right is wrong. So the perception of who is the ideal man, most youth look at him as a clown. Oh, I don't want to be like him. He's a sucker. No, he's a man. But see, they don't understand until it's too late that individual who they thought was a sucker, a clown, he really was a man. But they realize when it's too late, when they're sitting in prison. So what I'm trying to do is begin stopping that process. I want to shut the prisons down. Because make no mistake about it, there's a war to have our sons in prison. Flat out. They getting $30,000 a year to incarcerate youth or men a year. And just like when you build a hotel, you want to make sure that hotel is filled to its fullest capacity. So when they build prisons, they want to make sure that prison is full to its fullest capacity. So that means they had to lock people up. So that means they had to deny a person knowledge. See, when you deny someone knowledge, you make them a slave. A slave is controllable. See, what I'm trying to do is not allowing our sons to be controlled by a system that want to see them in prison. That's my job. That's Brother Brandon's job. And that's your job as well. I'm just trying to make sure that we are in step on what we need to be doing. So that's the first conversation we want to have with our children. What is a man? What makes an individual a man? If you got a teenage son, if you got a son that's maybe 9, 10 years old, maybe even 8 years old, he can answer this question. Let's begin engaging our children. We must engage them. We must connect with them. We must talk to them. We must challenge them. We must present them with something different. So with that being said, thank you for listening. Peace.